Oggi gira parecchio di più,
Ma oggi gira un botto.
C'è ste che figa le spara su. È arrivato sulla sempre. Che già sta bocciata, ha girato un pelo meno.
Jeg synes vi treffer ganske fint på den der, for at den ikke ruller noen ting.
Elve blank. Nei. Bra.
Cos'era chiamata 11? Ti ha chiamato 11? 11 e mezzo.
Litt opp, 10.
Hold! Hold! Hold!
Bli.
Hold! Da blir det 9-5.
Potrebbe girare forse un pelo di più in in.
Litt off. Ja, og så køler det nok mer den vei nå.
No, l'out, le bocciate erano abbastanza dritte.
Ja, det er vanskelig å få skulderbladene sammen. Skjønner.
Sei. Già lì. 8.
14-3.
Ehi.
15!
Figa. Arrivati parecchio perché... A meno male che finalmente gira un po'.
10-5. Litt ned. Nære 11.
Japp!
Ja.
Japp! Hold! Hold! Hold her! Igjen. Bra spill. Bra. Den veien den andre.
Dieci e mezzo. Dobbiamo giocarle bene, se no finiamo nel cutter.
Wow! Bare en. Kull! 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 Synes det er bra spilt. Hæ?
Sempre veloce, vero?
Ja.
Sì. Solito inizio partita. Giù, giù. Giù.
14-7.
Vanlig.
Si è girato, prendiamoci anche più ghiaccio anche interno e esterno. Cioè questo è troppo.
Kjell. Rent. Rent.
Veldig bra. 9-7.
Gioca lì, che non ce l'avevi giocare la balaustra. Sappiamo che gira bene. Ok. La balaustra di merda. Dove? Ma è la balaustra!
14-8. Ja, det er ikke det, vet du. Vi har ikke spilt der, og det er jo 14-6-7 til TIL her. Så, men det går sikkert med 14-8 nå, tror jeg, vi jobber litt. Jeg sikter på 14-5, jeg da.
Così, gioca le cazzine interne e esterne invece che cala così e prendi Andretti. Perché Andretti? Se sappiamo che gira tanto, non gli accende, se gira tutto magari. Ma poi arrivando così, possiamo annullare Stiga fino lì. Sì, però c'è così, basta stare sul contatto.
Hørtes hår lang ut, men jeg vet ikke.
Den ble fin. Ja, det er 14-4. Perfekt. Nå er cool.
Ok.
Ja, det er 14-4.
14-4, eller?
Fint.
Thank you.
Hvor mange smelter TIL-eren hele veien?
Ja, det er litt annet. Det føles ut som jeg er i tredje om der. Så håper vi aldri kan på det. Håper det var isen kjennes ut på skifon.
Det er litt mer brems i det.
Clean. Se! Alt! Oh! Clean. Se!
Så det er
Oh!
veldig
Clean. Se, se, se!
Men hvis det var liksom innenfor kant 4 der, så svingte det litt.
Ja, det ser jeg.
10-5 da.
11-2.
Er vi innenfor eller utenfor nå, da?
Tipper det skal
Tipper jeg akkurat på eller utenfor. Jeg tror aldri jeg er innenfor der hvor det køller mye, så jeg tror det er fin is.
Jeg tror det går ganske rett. Sannsynligvis utenfor kanten. Men hvis ikke så må du bare jobbe litt. Ja. Ja. Enig. 10-5.
Det er klart å kølle. Køll. Rent.
Bare ren.
10-2. Bra satt.
Bra Gustav.
Po' di roll. Adesso è 11.
Tipperen var litt hard.
Gioca uguale. Clean. Andre. Oh! Oh! Se, light! Light! Okay. meglio uno così ci setappiamo per il 2-1-2-1-2-1-2.
Magnus, hard. Hele veien inn. Hele veien inn. Og gå rull for å få den ut. Det er ikke sannsynlig at du går. Ja, første poeng på tavla er bedre enn ikke noe, definitivt.
Det er at jeg vil til høyre, for jeg føler når jeg spiller inn av en fil, så er jeg på innsida.
Ja, du vil litt til høyre, ja. Men der ligger det bra. Jeg synes det. Jeg synes det er veldig ut på skuddet. Men det er lite i seg, så det treffer ikke. Du kører 20%. Det er nok.
Så er det leder til neste gang.
Faen, hva gjør vi da, da?
2-4. 2-4.
Come dire, è come l'elefante rosa. Te lo dico, tu ci
Ja, jeg føler jeg har kontroll på begge.
ci pensi, no? L'elefante rosa. Dico, non pensa all'elefante rosa. Tu puoi sapere.
Per ricordare di figlio tenerci un po' open, che non arriviamo in teoria
Ni! Veldig lang! Gjennom! Kanskje bakover. Setter seg sikkert til slutt.
Linja er bra.
Vi er 9. Nære 10.
Jeg er 13-4.
Nære 11.
nelle staffe questo. Io ho 13.
Ok.
Esatto, diamo tanto ghiaccio, tanto scavandole arrivano. Già lì. 6, 5. Dobbiamo sederci. Stai fermo, stai fermo, stai fermo. Si deve sedere forte. Si deve settare forte.
Kan også, hørte du det?
Sitt.
Det er også italiensk.
Sitt. Sitt.
Det er due. Due er italiensk. Dos er vel spansk. 4 er 4.
Questo ha plantato di slider e T-line.
Good afternoon, curling fans. Phew, it is the final round of the round robin here at Baden Masters 2025. It's the 25th birthday of the Baden Masters. Happy birthday to us. Our featured game in this final round robin match. It's, interestingly, it's pretty much a rerun of the final of the World Junior Men's World Championship. We have current gold medalists Team Schwaller of Italy against current silver medalists Team Buraas of Norway, more or less. And that was a reverse of the previous year when it was the Norwegians who were the World Junior Men's champions and the Italians who were silver medalists. So both these teams know each other very well. I see already in the chat we have Osako, one of our Asia Pacific fans. Osako, a very dedicated member of the remote club here. And I know that she's a big fan of the Retornaz team, the Knights of Trentino. So unsurprisingly, Osako is also supporting the Schwaller team. She's supporting from Japan. Thank you, Osako. Lovely to see you again. Of course, Megan and Michaela are up early on a Saturday. They take their curling supporting extremely seriously. This will be our final round robin, and there are still places up for grabs in the the quarter-final, excuse me. And there are a couple of games out there this afternoon that can have an influence on that. Over on sheet 1, we have Kyle Waddell's team from Scotland. They are playing Jan Iseli's team of Switzerland. Kyle's team, they are on 2 out of 3. And if they can get a third win here, that should be enough to qualify them for the quarter-final. On sheet 3, we have the fourth and final Scottish team is Carson. They are the World Junior Men's bronze medalists. They are playing the Olympic champions, 7-time world champions, most successful team in the universe. It is Team Niklas Edin, but they have not had such a happy weekend here, and Edin on 1 win and 2 losses, and even if Edin wins this game against the young Scottish team, that is not going to be enough. There will be probably a team on 3 wins who will not get to the quarter-final, just the way all the results have worked out. So this could be final game of the weekend for Edin's team. On sheet 4, we have another winner-takes-all game. We have the European champions, Muskatewitz, against local favourites, Brunner's team of Switzerland. And Swiss people always take supporting also extremely seriously. And they reserved a table, the local fans, so that they could watch Michael's team against the Germans, and both of those teams own 2 wins out of 3. Again, whoever wins here, they will probably book themselves a place in the quarter-finals. And why do I say probably? It's all thanks to Retornaz's Italian team. They had a great game against Whyte's team, and that means that 3 out of 5 teams in that group finished on 3 wins each. Whyte, Retornaz and Yves Schocher. And that means that there are more teams than normal on 3 wins. So we will just need to see. It will be potentially down to draw shot challenge. But we have plenty of stones to go before then, so we will be keeping an eye on all those games, especially the one on sheet 4. Whoever wins from the European champions, Muskatewitz of Germany, and local favourites, Brunner of Switzerland, whoever wins that game will probably book themselves a place in the quarter-final. And Kyle Waddell's team over on sheet 1, if they get a win against Jan Iseli, they will be on 3 out of 4 and probably book themselves a place too. So lots to keep an eye on. For our 2 featured teams, both of them not able to qualify from here. Their Baden Masters experience will be finished after this game, at least this time. So both of them will be looking to finish with a win. And it really emphasises the quality of this field, that we have all 3 medalists from the World Junior Men's, so that's under 21. And all 3 have found it really tough going. And of course, step by step, we all have to begin our career somewhere, and you do have to begin against teams that have been playing for a long, long time, very experienced, and it's tough out there. So good courage to our younger teams coming through, but it's just so difficult to win games at this level. It was the Norwegians who started with last stone in the first end. The Norwegians throwing red stones. This is our first chance to look at this young Norwegian team. We watched the game yesterday evening with Team Ramsfjell featuring Stefan Wallstadt. Without Martin Sesseka, who is well recovered today, I'm happy to report. He ate something that didn't agree with him yesterday and had to take the evening off and just rest and recover. But glad to see him feeling fit again today. And over lunchtime, gang, I was talking with teams Norway and Philippines about curling stuff, not curling stuff. And you will be able to see what is their go-to karaoke song for the guys from Philippines and the Norwegian team. Check out Instagram for some fun little clips of the teams there. That's at Baden Masters, all one word, all lowercase, Baden Masters on Instagram. And if you want to know how much the giant Italian team of Joe Retornaz, if you want to know how much they can bench press, have a look on Instagram. We have some just fun little questions going on with the team over there. And you can catch up with all the results of this event on the event website. That is all the W's, badenmasters.ch. Again, Baden Masters, all lowercase, all one word, badenmasters.ch, and Baden Masters on Instagram. A pretty conservative second end here. Very early stages. It is the Italians who have last stone. But yeah, nothing much doing in the second end. They have a very, very cornery guard towards the edge of the sheet, but not really interested in using that here in the second end. I imagine the young Italian men's junior world champions, I imagine just happy to keep things clean. But we've noticed that, haven't we, gang? That conservative style, and I'm very much a conservative player myself because I'm from the 1980s, that conservative style, it's not really how the top teams play anymore. You need to be pretty aggressive from the first end. And maybe that's a learning for our junior men's teams here, that the way to beat the big teams, the way to compete with them, the big teams, they don't really play very conservatively anymore. You need to be very strong with your drawing game and your aggressive game. Ooh, that's a fun question from Megan. We've been asking the teams some fun questions over the weekend, and Megan would love to know if any of the teams have any superstitions. I think we learned something that we maybe didn't really want to learn about one of the Italian team, something to do with wearing the same socks for a whole competition, something like that. I'll maybe ask around and see if we have any less stinky superstitions. So keep an eye on Instagram, Baden Masters, for some fun little clips with the teams. Keep an eye on badenmasters.ch for the results. And Eve Stalker's team are very closely keeping an eye on the results because they are the ones in danger. Depending on how these results go out here, depending on how the draw shot challenge goes, they are the ones in danger of having 3 wins, pushing Ross Whyte to a last stone of an extra end, and that not being enough to qualify, which is heartbreaking in general, and particularly heartbreaking for the Stoker Army. But that has happened to them before, a couple of years ago. Same situation, they won 3 and missed out on draw shot challenge, so I think we know what their homework is. So as we thought then, conservative second end from the gold and silver medalists at the recent, well, the latest World Junior Men's Championship. We're at the start of a new season in a way. So hope you've all had a good summer. If you want to share what you've been up to over summer, let us know. Leave us a question or leave us a comment on Instagram. You can leave us a comment here on YouTube. If you want to show support for your teams, same thing. You can get in touch with us on Instagram and on YouTube. And I spend all my time in between games just chasing teams around, asking them fun little fan questions, passing on support. Oh, Buraas, he's so close to the scoreboard there. You just need to reach out an arm and you could put the second end up. Not quite. How's everyone else started? On sheet 1, it is Kyle Waddell's team looking for their third win. They are on 2 wins and 1 loss. They are playing Jan Iseli's team of Switzerland. Jan's team on 1 and 2, 1 win, 2 losses. It is Kyle's team from Scotland who have had a bright start with last stone in the first end. They have scored 2. So they lead the young Swiss 2-0. On sheet 3, another team from the World Junior Men's, Oren Carson's team of Scotland, the bronze medalists. They are up against the Olympic champions, 7-time world champions, I think roughly 57 times European champions, Niklas Edin. And a conservative start there as well. It's 1-0 to the Swedes. They're on their third end. And the winner takes all game on sheet 4. Muskatewitz's European champions from Germany. They are playing local favourites. Brunner's team of Switzerland. Winner takes all. Whoever wins that game will move to 3 wins and will put themselves in good position to qualify for quarterfinals this evening. And it is Brunner's team, also with last stone in the first end, who scored 2 points. They lead the European champions 2-0. So this is more like it. All 4 stones in play so far.
Sannsynligvis må vi rundt med en gang, men vi kan vente litt på 8. Ja. 8 er nære 9. Vi skal tilbake på 4-foten.
It is the Italians who have last stone in this third. It is the third end. Hopefully somebody will put up the second end at some point. And that just slipping on a bit for Norway. That's left a nice little space now for the young Italian team to capitalise. Both these teams been really at the top of the game in junior curling under 21. But both finding it pretty tough going out there at the men's level. It's a big adjustment. So a job done. Italy lying 2. And maybe we shall see that junior 2 that I've spoken about before, where you pretty much get a mistake from your opposition put 2 stones with good separation in the house.
10-5.
Exchange hits, score 2. Norway then on the defensive in this third end. That's pretty nice. Objectives at this early stage in the third end. Pretty simple at the moment. The Norwegians, they scored 1 in the first end, so they are +1 point at the moment. It's Italy who have last stone here in the third end. So Italy's objective, the traditional objective when you have last stone, and that is you would love to score 2 points or more with your last stone advantage. Norway's objective at this early stage is the reverse. They currently don't need to take any risks. They're +1. They simply want to stop Italy scoring 2 or more points with last stone. But it's Italy who have taken advantage of just a slightly loose shot from Norway earlier on the end. And they're setting up very nicely for a junior 2. And why not?
Yep. Oh, helt take. Kjør. Hard kjør.
The other Norwegian team, Team Ramsfjell, their competition also finished for this year. They had a real battle against China in the previous round. That was also a winner takes all, both of them on 2 wins out of 3. And it was China who found a way through. China triumphing in that game, going to 3 wins. And pretty much booking themselves a place in the quarterfinal later. So if you have a particular Norwegian themed question, Team Norway is kind of stuck here till tomorrow. So they'd love to have a chat. So a hit and roll out from Norway. Pretty much same result coming from Italy. As we said, Italy simply want to keep 2 yellows in play. Good separation. Try to make it impossible for Norway to make a double takeout. And they setting themselves up very nicely to score 2. Interesting news over on sheet 1, where Kyle Waddell's team from Scotland, they would love to join their compatriots Bruce Mouat and Ross Whyte, who are already qualified for quarterfinals. Kyle Waddell's team, they took a 2 in the first end, but Jan Iseli's Swiss team responding with a 2 in the second, so scores are even over there, 2 each. And interestingly, Kyle's brother Craig, normally the 2 brothers play in the same team, that is their official lineup. But Duncan McFadden of Ross Whyte's team not available this weekend. So Craig Waddell has been playing instead of Duncan in Ross Whyte's lineup. So Craig Waddell, personally, is already qualified for quarterfinals. And that might be something. If we have a brother versus brother game, that would be a good one to look forward to.
tagliato dentro proprio.
Instead of Craig Waddell then, in Kyle's team, they have Mark Watt. They have a 5-man team, so Mark ready to jump in, and he's throwing third for Kyle Waddell's team this weekend. It's all very confusing. Need to keep track of these things.
Gå for nose. Hvilken hånd vil du spille? Innan?
Ja.
Innan nose blir bra.
Så må jeg bare gjøre det igjen hvis han gjør en perfekt dragning til. Hvis ikke så får jeg sannsynligvis en frys, tenker jeg.
Gå for den. Hva tror du? Der. Det er samme isen du hadde på en clearing av deg.
Opportunity for Norway to neutralize this end.
Ja.
If you hear some support in the background, that is the local fans. They are here to cheer for Michael Brunner's team, the local favourites from Baden club here. Very professional Swiss people in their supporting duties. They reserved the table next to that sheet. And I saw a couple of young Italian boys, I think it was, kicked off that table because the Swiss supporters had reserved it. They want to cheer for their team.
Yep. Hi.
So opportunity for this young Norwegian rink to just neutralise the threat from Italy in this third end, but that's just caught too much curl. And a let-off for Italy. They can still put another yellow into play. And they're setting up very nicely. Only one Norwegian stone left to come, but two for Italy. And I wonder if they're now saying, what if we made a freeze or something? Could we even somehow make 3 points? I'm not sure I see 3 points from here. I think I would simply put it over in the 12-foot, the red circle. Absolutely flat. Don't leave Norway a double. 2 points, please.
Freeze!
Now, speaking of Italy, Italian curling really going from strength to strength. They, of course, qualify as hosts for Olympics, but anyway, all three of their Olympic teams, the men's, the ladies, and the mixed doubles, all three of those teams really firing awfully nicely at the moment. Their mixed doubles team, of course, won the gold medal last time. They just sailed through the competition and were better than everyone else from start to finish. And it will be Amos Massana and Stefania Constantini representing Italy again, and they will be not only defending champions, they go in as world champions. So Italian curling really on fire just now. And as a kind of preparation event before Olympics, in 2 weeks' time there is the Trentino Curling World Cup in Chembra. And that is the hottest invitation in town, guys. Wait till you hear who is there. We will have Yannick Schwaller of Switzerland, Team Abe from Japan, Retornaz, of course, of Italy, Brunner from Switzerland, Hoesli from Switzerland, Muskatewitz from Germany, the young Collie team, recently junior, recently transitioned into men's, Team Collie of Italy, Team Casper from the USA, and Teams Epping and Kleiter of Canada. What a lineup that is for the Trentino Curling World Cup in Chembra. Osako, make sure you put that one in the diary. It will be a feast of Italian curling. And I will be commentating on that one too. So I am very excited about that. I think that will be a terrific competition. 10 really top teams there.
Yep. Yep. Hold. 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 Hold.
Well, it looks like Italy may indeed have a chance to score 3 points here in this third end. I did not see that coming. But two kind of half shots, unfortunately, for Grunde Buraas of Norway. He won't be pleased with that. Yeah, Osako, our Italian curling fan in the chat. Make sure you put the competition in 2 weeks' time, the Trentino Curling World Cup. Put that in the diary. I will be commentating some of that competition as well. I think it will be great fun. That's a lovely controlled shot from the Italian skip. We'll say hello to the teams just in a second. And was that a score of, big score of 3?
Cioè lui era obbligato a giocarsi la double e con la probabilistica era non avrebbe neanche giocato la double secondo me.
Come on, boys. You're so close to the scoreboard. Give it a chance.
Cioè anche voi, questa qua, la sua.
No. I think that probably was 3. The back line and the back of house coinciding in the centre there. So I think that yellow had to be in. Oh, here we go. Don't forget to put the second end in first. There we go. That was a score of 3, so rather out of nowhere. The young Italian team, who were looking good to score 2 that whole end, they took a chance on their final throw, or their first throw rather, and did get kind of a half shot from the Norwegian, and their reward is a big 3 points.
Nice. C'ho la scopa che fa dei rumori che...
In your picture then, it is the lead thrower for Team Buraas of Norway. That is Harald Dalen. Second thrower for Norway is Magnus Lillebø. Third thrower is Magnus Nedergotten. Fourth and skip is Grunde Buraas. So, not to be rude, but Magnus Nedergotten, he's not junior anymore. He's over 21, let's say that. But the other 3, they were all representing at the World Junior Men's. Silver medalists this time, gold medalists previously. So throwing for Italy then. Lead thrower is Cesar Spiller. Second thrower is Andrea Gill. Third thrower, Stefano Gill. Fourth and skip is Stefano Spiller. So don't get confused with those Italian names. Quite the mix of Spillers, Gills and Stefanos. Italian curling fan Osako, she likes to support the younger teams. Good to hear. So this weekend we have Team Spiller supporting. We have in the past had the other young Italian team, Team Colli. They've been here in previous years and they will be at the Trentino Curling World Cup in 2 weeks. Oh, in this game, not really going Norway's way at the moment. Harald not pleased with that one. That is not what you want. He threw up a nice corner guard with his first throw. And with your next shot, you can either draw around your own corner guard, or, knowing that Italy will be playing towards the centre, you can chase first to the centre, try and bring the corner guard back into play later. What you don't want to do is throw a centre guard. That's just helping your opposition.
Dobbiamo rubare uno! Ok?
Oh, Gilly, excuse me, I was getting those names wrong. I maybe miswrote it from the programme, so it's second thrower is Andrea Gilly, third thrower Stefano Gilly. That's a more Italian sounding name, isn't it? And this is fine play from the Italians, really building on that strong third end. Norway in a bit of a pickle here already in the fourth end. Over on sheet 4, a high stakes game. Muskatewitz and the European champions from Germany playing local team Brunner of Switzerland. Whoever wins that game will go to 3 wins and they will surely book themselves a quarter-final place. It was a 2 in the first end to the Germans, but the Swiss responded with a 2 in the second end, so it is 2 each there in their third end.
Kan du ikke få den røde i huset også? Vil ligge en dobbeltgard på siden der? Jo, 9-5. Ja. Det er enig. Det er bra.
Kyle Waddell and Iseli over on sheet 1. It's another 2 for Kyle Waddell's team from Scotland.
10-5.
Their compatriots Mouat and Whyte already into quarterfinals, and a win in this game would secure Kyle Waddell a space 2. So 4-2 ahead of Iseli. They're in their fourth end. And oh dear, Norway, this is getting away from them already, this game. On sheet 3 we have the fourth Scottish team here this weekend. That's Carson's team, the bronze medalists from World Junior Men's. They are up against the Olympic and 7-time world champions Edin's team from Sweden. But Edin's team, they will finish their competition here as well. Both of those teams will not be able to qualify for quarterfinals this time. But the Swedes, they're champions. They will be finishing this off professionally. On sheet 3 though, in the game of Carson from Scotland versus Edin of Sweden, it is the Swedes who are 2-0 ahead. They're in their fourth end. So gosh, Norway in all kinds of a pickle in our featured game here in their fourth end. That's cleared a bunch of space. It's a nice result for Magnus Lillebø. Osako saying that she heard that Italy's curling community is quite small, but there are a lot of good teams. Yes, both of those things are true, Osako. It's quite a niche sport, really only from the north of Italy. And you're right, there's not too many curling clubs or curling players in Italy, but indeed the teams they have, they really know how to win. I'm sure all the curling teams, the men's and the ladies, and they borrow one each for the mixed doubles. I'm sure both those teams will be big news in Italy when Olympics is coming, and rightly so.
Klarer vel å komme på den?
Pertanto a tenere linea alla fine, la
Life not getting any easier for Norway. There is another Italian guard just over the hog line, so there's so much separation. It's dropped off the edge of our screen, but there is a yellow guard just over the hog line there, making life difficult for the Norwegians. So Magnus Nedregotten, he will be also representing Norway at Olympics.
Magnus!
He and his wife Kristen, they represent for, they were the silver medalists last time at Olympics. They will be representing Norway again at mixed doubles. They've got tons of experience, that team. They really jumped into mixed doubles really at the beginning of the discipline, or quite soon after the discipline was introduced, and having a lot of success, that pairing. Of course, I'm feeling a bit bad for Norway. They're just not making progress here in this end at all. But conversely, easy stuff for Italy. Just keep attacking that centre line. They can bring another stone into the house, but they don't need to. They've got two sitting ahead of tee in the 4-foot. They couldn't really be placing anything much better at the moment. That looks like another of our Asia Pac fans in the chat who says a steal chance coming. Absolutely, yeah. Norway really need to pull themselves together this minute. The Italians not really having to do anything very complicated, just keep piling up guards, keep attacking that centre line. Sheet 4 is now in their fourth end. Unsurprisingly, that game is taking a bit longer than the rest. That's the winner takes all game. Both teams need to win this or their competition will finish here. And it was the Germans, the European champions. They scored 1 in the third end, and that means in their fourth end they are 3-2 ahead. Muskatewitz of Germany over Brunner of Switzerland, the local favourites from Baden club here. On sheet 2, in our featured game, we're going to need every ounce of Magnus Nedregotten's mixed doubles experience here. The centre line full of stones.
Yep. Whoa. Rent. Whoa. Rent. 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 Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Just looking to nudge up against that yellow that's currently shot. Oh, that is a mixed doubles champion for you. All of a sudden, life looking much nicer for Norway. Gold star for you, Magnus Nedregotten. Difficult for Italy to move that red without just squirting straight back onto their yellow. So with 1 stone, Magnus Nedregotten, with all that mixed doubles experience, he has really helped them out. And for the first time this end, really, Italy having to now think about things. But they are still 3-1 ahead. They don't need to score here, or steal. They don't need to take risks. their objective is still the same. It's still to prevent Norway from scoring more than one with their last stone. James in the chat asking if I know where Team Schwaller are based. I don't actually. North, I suppose, is the answer. The north of Italy. We are at skip stones here in our featured game. It is the World Junior Men's Champions against the World Junior Men Vice Champions. And Stefano Schwaller not happy with that one, and that's why. And what he's done, actually, he's sweeping at the ice there. He reckons that went over maybe a piece of fluff or something, and that's a pity if that's what happened. Even though Norway having a bit of a challenge there, nobody wants a stone to redirect from going over maybe a little scratch in the ice or a little piece of fluff. What that has done, unfortunately, is given, well, unfortunately for Italy, it has given Buraas a chance to swing round the anti-clockwise handle. You can see, I think that red is shot. It's a little bit difficult to tell because the sponsor's logo is on top of the back of the forefoot there, but there's certainly space to get another red stone fully into the forefoot. All the games are in their fourth end of this final round of the round robin. Groups A and B are already finished. They've all played 4. Group C and D have this round to finish. We have 4 groups of 5 teams at the conclusion of this game. These games, the teams will be ranked 1 to 20. The top 8 will qualify for quarterfinals this evening at 8:30 European time. And you should definitely join us for that, viewer. That's always a really fun evening session. And there you go. From a piece of bad luck, really, for Italy. The first stone of Stefano Schwaller going over something or other that caused it to redirect, and all of a sudden, from wondering when the next train home is, Norway suddenly lying pretty well.
Bra jobba. Skal ha Stein.
Jeg var enig i at det føltes litt løs i guttene, så det var naturlig at de var veldig fint.
Straightforward idea, at least for Stefano Schwaller of Italy. With his final throw in this fourth end, he just wants to follow that stone, just thrown by Buraas of Norway. Just try to cancel that red, just thrown. Make it difficult for Norway to score 2 here. And you may tell from young Schwaller's face that that did not quite go according to plan. That had a bit of hot sauce on it. And it landed just at the back ring there. It went right round the red in the forefoot. It was a little bit high for Whyte. And that gives, as if by magic, Buraas a chance to suddenly score 3, I think. They will not get a better chance than this, surely.
Vi har en liten flytning, så kan vi må gå litt mot på det. Ja, jeg prøver å spille helt likt. Da tror jeg dere har mye å gå på.
Infatti non ha nessun senso essere, cioè, visto che gioca adesso per il drone blu. Se noi volevamo far tepper, stra troppo.
There will be 2 or 3 teams playing right now who will also be playing at 8:30, so that's why we have a bit of a pause after this round to give everyone a chance to recover a bit.
Ok. Linja er kanskje bra nok, men jeg tror vi må køle. Skal det gå?
Køl!
Må gå hele veien. Ok, begge to. Begge to, dere har backing. Dere må gå fart, gutta. Kom igjen. Kom igjen. Ta i da.
Same again, please, from Norway.
4 stein til.
The
3
sweepers
stein til.
putting
1 stein til.
everything they've got into it.
Kanskje.
Oh,
Jeg tror ikke det holdt.
I think that is a half stone too short to count for 3. So certainly 1.
Can we take this away?
Ja, da de.
2 points. Okay, and then I have a look.
Okay,
Sånn her, føler jeg.
We'll take the...
Yeah, that.
and someone running off for a measure, I think.
Det var styrt.
No, they're not. They have agreed, whatever it was.
Det var 2 da.
And be careful doing that, team. Typically, you do agree with the other team. Okay, I think that was 2. Oh, I maybe think that was 3.
Hæ?
And then you look at it again, and sometimes you say, okay, shall we measure? Now, if you're the team that's claiming 3, and the other team just starts clearing the stones away, then you're entitled to your 3, because they did not give you the opportunity to measure. So just make sure you're always aligned
Det var like.
on what the score is before kicking the stones away.
Infatti ha detto lui giù perché questo che qui ha detto io sono stata per linea
Sì, ma ragazzi, non ho idea che stecca occhiata.
So no measure needed.
Questo è il ginocchio sbagliato, cioè se cadevo nell'altro uscivo, andavo a vederlo con Joel.
I like that emoji in the chat from one of our APAC fans there, the little set square. I think that's a great emoji to represent a measure.
Det er bra linje.
Ma come cazzo abbiamo fatto? C'è mano perfetta, porca troia.
Touch fight om noe.
Det er fælt.
C'è mano
So I think that was at least 2 red. I don't think it was 3, but hopefully somebody will put the score up shortly.
Veldig bra.
And I think at the halfway in our featured game, I think the scores are level at 3 each. Go on, Grunde, you can do it.
Hæ? Du kan få litt mer i så, tror jeg. Ok.
That's it. Several of the teams quite intimidated by the modern scoreboard. It is a 2. So scores level at the halfway point in our featured game. The final round of the round robin here at Baden Masters. At the conclusion of this round, all 20 teams will be ranked 1 to 20, and the top 8 will play this evening at 8:30 in the quarter-finals. The team ranked first will play the team ranked 8th. 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. That does mean you may run into a team that you have already played this weekend. That's just how it works.
Ancora l'adrenalina. Quello lì che cercavo di chiudere all'inizio, sdraiato.
Top of the table on 4 wins will be Marco Hoesli's team, Yannick Schwaller's team. They already qualified with 4 out of 4 yesterday. Bruce Mouat's team, they had their final round this morning. They won all 4 games as well. So those 3 teams still unbeaten. Everyone else has lost at least once. And it looks like there could be a bit of a logjam of teams on 3 wins. 2 wins is not going to be enough this year.
Angeli. No, forse no. Però sta buona. 6. 6. T-line.
President.
Italy then not bothering with corner guards. Just going straight to the centre, trying to control that centre area. The risk with doing that is that Norway potentially can either get there first and or block you in, meaning to score 2 when you're playing towards the centre like this. It is on average more difficult than trying to score 2 by targeting the sides of the sheet first. Just like this, so Norway also aiming for the centre. They just want to nudge up against that yellow. He's done that beautifully. That is a lovely throw from second thrower for Norway, Magnus Lillebø. And now you can see the issue for Italy. Delay shot, that yellow right in the middle, but that red Norwegian stone snuggled in very nicely there. Difficult to move that red, and that's the risk with going straight for the centre, is that you can end up being in a bit of a pickle with too many stones. But as we saw in the previous end, some mixed doubles experience can really help you out in this sort of situation.
Backline! Backline!
Italy committed to the mixed double style end. Ooh. Well, that stone not really committed to anything. That doesn't help them. He just wanted to play on his own yellow in front there, just move a couple stones around. And indeed, that gives Norway now a nice opportunity to start locking down this scoring area. 1 point to Italy, that's fine for Norway. We're only in the 5th end. And that would give them last stone in the 6th end. And supposing each team scores with last stone, that would also give Norway last stone in the final and 8th end. If the scores are tied after 8 ends, we do play an extra end. We simply play for a win or a loss. We don't count stones or ends. Just either you win or you don't. Only 1 extra end so far. That was yesterday. The epic battle between Ross Whyte and Eve Shocker. Already the longest game by about 1 million miles, and it went to an extra end. And that's fine work from Norway. That is the risk. Playing to the centre when it's not, rather when it is your last stone, that's the risk playing towards the centre from the beginning, is that it can get pretty busy in there and can be difficult to make a second shot. That yellow is counting, but hard to see where a second point can come from at the moment. Good news for Scotland fans, or in Carson on sheet 3. They are the bronze World Junior Men's medalist. They also finding it pretty tough at this men's level, but they are holding their own against the mighty Swedes of Edin. And they got a big 2 in the 4th end, so scores are tied on sheet 3. In the 5th end, it's 2 points each. Happy news on sheet 4 for the local fans who reserved the table next to this sheet specially. Brunner's team from the club here, they scored a very important 2 in the 4th end over the German European champions, and that means that also in their 5th end, the score is 4-3 to the Swiss.
We need one at least.
Italy then really having to think about this situation. You wanted this, Italy. You went to play towards the centre. But it's a high-risk, high-reward situation. They overthrew the previous shot and now struggling a bit to make space. So learn from this as well, viewer. If you're playing at the club tournament or club championship, you certainly can play towards the centre. That is a perfectly fair tactic, but it is a high-risk tactic. If you get it wrong, you can end up in a bit of a mess. And as mentioned, these big boys, they have quite some firepower to get out of a mess. But at the club championship or a club tournament, you have someone like me who is a bit less reliable at that sort of thing. So take care using that tactic, playing towards the centre in your club competitions.
Jeg tror der, kanskje.
For meg der, ja. Jeg liker det. Det er ikke farlig å rulle touchen ut heller, men det er litt dumt. Du kan legge opp tripperen her.
That was a nice throw though from second thrower for Italy, Andrea Gilli. That certainly moves things around. The idea with that shot, not really to do anything beyond, just move the stones around, try to unlock the stones, try to open up the playing area again. So Andrea Gilli, very nice throw from him.
Oh,
Battle on sheet 1 continues. Kyle Waddell, he is really going to have to work hard to get a 3rd win out of 4. Jan Iseli's team growing in confidence this weekend. They scored a 2 in the 4th, and that means on sheet 1 it is Kyle Waddell 4, Jan Iseli 4. Tidy stuff from Norway on our featured game here. Both these young teams, the gold and silver medalists from World Junior Men's, both of these teams, their competition will finish here this time at the round robin stage. Both will definitely want to finish high, finish strong.
Det går veldig forutsigbart, da. Det går liksom rett, og så ok, greit, du kan holde det, og du kan få det til å kjøle bitte litt, men det er ganske rett på flestefarten nesten, når vi setter den sånn. Ja.
Non serve la double! Non andare! Roll!
It is Italy who have last stone, so important is they really always want 2 yellows to be hanging around at least after they've played. That gives them something to work with. That's found a lovely spot. Was that also? I think that was again second thrower, Andrea Gilli. No, that's third thrower now, Stefano Gilly. 2 sets of brothers, I think, in the Italian team. That's our sponsors at the bottom left of the screen. Our sponsors returning from last year, which we're delighted about. That makes it a really good competition here. The teams always have a really good time here in Baden, so do we. That's why the competition fills up pretty quickly. Always a popular way to kickstart your season, coming to Baden Masters. A lot of these teams will be travelling to Scotland for the sister event in Stirling.
Ja, hold I gang. Kun rent. Yep. Hard.
And then there's a big event coming up in Aberdeen in Scotland.
Hele veien. Hold, Fortsett.
Oh, that curling a little bit too much for Norway there.
Den ble rolig.
That was the right weight. Again, they just wanted to move stones around. Not a big hit needed. Just change the angles, move stones around, keep your stones in front of tee to use for later. But that over-curled on them a bit. Yeah, it's your end, Iseli. You have last stone. You don't want to leave a double take out possible. You can see just a little more hesitation with the younger teams. Just a little bit less experience than the top men's teams here. So many teams travelling to Stirling for next week's event. Similar kind of lineup. And then there is a very important event in Scotland at end of September. That's not right, it's at the beginning of October. There is the pre-event in Aberdeen. There are 7 teams in the men's competing, and 3 of those 7 teams from Aberdeen, they will go from Aberdeen to the official qualifying Olympic event in Kelowna in Canada at the beginning of December. So there sure are a lot of competitions coming up the first half of this season as we run up to Olympics. And Team Philippines that we watched earlier on today, very happy that their men's team supported the competition again this year. We enjoyed watching them in the earlier draw, and they are heading to Scotland for the competition in Stirling next weekend. They will be heading to Aberdeen for the pre-qualifier, hoping to make the qualifier itself in Canada after that. We have another warm-up competition in Tallinn in September, so we wish Team Philippines, we say Laban Philippines. I learned that at lunchtime. Laban Philippines. So let's go.
Hvis jeg roper rett, så det plan B. Der det ikke noe dobbelt her heller, som enkel. Det en mulighet.
Italy is sitting pretty nicely. They have 3 yellows in play with very good separation. We are on skip stones here on sheet 2 in the 5th end. It is Italy with last stone. And they're set up pretty nicely. Pressure on these shots for Buraas. Well, Dylan really putting his back into that sweep. Ideal was to roll in behind cover on the centre line there. But it will be Norway lying 2 red at the moment, so that is a decent result for Buraas.
Ja, det lille drag mot høyre. Det uvanlig drag. De fleste har jo det lille drag mot venstre. Det litt gøy. Ja, kanskje du står litt der, så kommer litt fort over sånn.
Local crowd really enjoying the game on sheet 4. That's the European champions from Germany, Muskatewitz. They are up against the local team from the club here, Brunner's team from Switzerland. And really exciting game for the neutral as well. Loads of stones in play. Let's see how many stones we have in play after this end. He's jammed that red one. And a bit of a let off for Norway. If Norway gets this stone correct. He just wants to, again, play that quiet weight, just about half or so. Punch the yellow through, and it will be Norway line 2. Difficult to get a double take out, and a sigh of relief for Norway fans. Just as Magnus indicates there. And it needs to be that quiet weight, more like pack. Even board might be too much because we don't see all of that yellow. So we do need to catch the curl.
Bra satt. 11-4, det var litt hard.
Norway a little bit unlucky then. That's exactly what they wanted, but you could see the difficulty of that shot there. It needed to grab enough curl to hit enough yellow to not roll away, and it just overrolled a little bit. And that does mean that Italy have very milkable chance now. And I think this is for 3. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3 yellows, I think it is. And that's a very important score in the second half of the game. That will be a score of 3 in the 5th end to Italy. The current World Junior Men's Champions lead the current World Junior Men's Vice Champions 6 points to 3.
Ma qua eravamo andati io per 2, cioè qua ci stava. Cioè abbiamo fatto 3 pure dopo un drittone, cioè talmente eravamo andati io per 2. Vabbè, alla fine, anch'io però qua ho sbagliato l'incontro.
The applause in the background, that's all the supporters who are here to watch local team, Michael Brunner, up against the European champions, Muskatewitz of Germany. And of course, their end looks like a mixed double end on steroids. There must be 10 stones, I think, all within the 4-foot diameter of the center line. Hard to tell who's lying or what's lying. We shall update as soon as things become clear. So indeed, a big end, say the fans in the chat. And Norway with some work to do now. A very important score for Italy. And really the momentum in that end going backwards and forwards. Italy took that risk to play towards the centre. They had a missed shot and suddenly it was looking harder for them. But then Norway couldn't quite find the right angles, and suddenly Italy were in a great position to put up a big score of 3. Italy then, no need to take any risks. Italy do not need to play aggressively. We will not be seeing them putting up any more guards. Norway, it's the reverse. They do need to now start playing fairly aggressively in the 6th end.
Kanskje toucher blir bra av seg selv.
Ligger bra. Fin fart.
So at least one team out on the ice, either Muskatewitz or Brunner, will be involved at 8:30 for quarterfinals. Kyle Waddell's team have their destiny in their own hands over on sheet 1. They need a win though. And they are 1 point closer. They scored 1 in their 5th end. Kyle Waddell of Scotland leads 5-4 over Jan Iseli of Switzerland on sheet 1. If Kyle Waddell wins, they will also be in quarterfinals later on this evening. Jan Iseli's team, all they can do is spoil that plan. Jan's team not able to qualify this time.
No, ci andava alla fine.
Litt mellom. Okay.
No, però l'ho chiamato giù, so che... in piedi, è andato via.
Hold 5. Bra fart. Her i 13, litt ned.
Hold! Ned!
Litt ned.
So Italy did throw a centre guard for this classic 5-stone free guard zone setup. That's pretty good work from Magnus Lillebø, second thrower for the Norwegians.
Sei full buried.
Both Italian stones now behind T, which is always helpful for Norway.
Devi andare. 3 al momento. Non è malissimo, non è male, non è male, non è male. E l'hai spanato senza dito. Non è male.
On sheet 3, they're also in their 6th end, and guess what, Scotland fans? Or in Carson's team, they are 3-2 ahead after 5 ends over the Olympic and 7-time world champions from Sweden. Nice going.
No, era plantata, è entrata a cannone, l'ha spanata dritta e poi è andata dritta a patacca. No, io ho detto al momento, no, Tu sei partito a cannone, io ho detto 3. Oh, coglione, guarda che ci sta. Eravamo 3, porca 3 l'abbiamo spanata, solo che l'abbiamo spanata di linea. Figa, è finita in una roba dritta e non ha girato.
The applause in the background, a huge shot from Muskatewitz to spray several of the multiple stones that were hanging around the centre. I think that was a score of 2 to them. We will see when they put it up on the board.
Sì, beh, gli abbiamo dato 2 botte all'inizio, è andata full dritta, ma era lenta.
Litt mye kanskje, men jeg synes det overraskende hvor lite den gullet.
Campil tutta la vita, non killo niente con 10.
The sixth end in our featured game here. Balanced, I would say. Italy doing the right thing. Keeping point, just keep playing towards that centre. Oh, no, they're not, my mistake. They are going to remove the Norwegian stones. Can they see them? So they don't get the Norwegian rocks, but they do get the guard, and the guard was dangerous for them. But that does now open the door for Norway to do something about both those yellows sitting right in front of Skip and Buraas.
Vi kan kanskje hvis vi spiller backline og klarer oss å nose den, vil den gå dit og den.
Italy leads 6 points to 3. We're in the 6th end of 8 ends. If scores are tied after 8 ends, we will play an extra. Norway just about hanging on still here. They have those 2 reds at the top of our screen as we see it. They have a chance now to do something about those 2 yellows. You can see those 2 yellows right next to each other. Certainly possible to remove both.
Kanskje 60. Ja. Nære I hvert fall.
Okay, da jeg med på den her backline nesa.
It's true, everything's behind T, which is not ideal. So the other possibility is indeed to put something right there where Buraas is indicating. Sort out those 2 yellows later on. And you were right. Asia Pacific region fan in the chat. Buraas, he did play with Lucas Hoesli's team last year, as did Magnus Lillebø. And I'm not sure where Lucas Hoesli is this weekend. I will try to find out. Important decision here for Norway. They have a good chance to build an end here and hopefully score at least 2 straight back against that big score of 3 from Italy, but they need to make a good decision here. Don't make things easy for Italy to neutralise. And over on sheet 4, huge 5th end over there, really multiple stones in play, and with a huge final shot, Muskatewitz sprayed everything out of the 4-foot, left Germany lying 2, so that was a score of 2 to the European champions, and it is they who lead Michael Brunner's team 5-4. They're in their 6th end.
Yep. Hard, Magnus! Helt inn! Aldri slippe, selv om den løs! Hard!
Fortsett. Bra det.
Ja.
Det ble ikke dumt.
Køler litt mer for meg nå.
That's pretty nice from Magnus Nedergotten. I think that's pretty much what they discussed. Again, just that quiet weight, hack weight. He needs these Norwegian stones to stay in play.
lag? Jeg hadde 12-8.
Se nå.
12-8.
Se nå.
Det er litt løst for den hacken nå, det. Det har blitt litt tregere, tror jeg.
Mi piace doppia.
Italy do not want Norwegian stones in play. I think I would do something about the open Norwegian stones, boys. You have a pair of reds over there.
Se no, tipo pilda a rollarla
I think you can get rid of both of them. Yes, that's the one.
Però la sticchiamo terza,
Doble,
no?
hva gjør vi da? Liker du å...
Dobler vi på nesa, liksom?
Ja.
Da må vi jo bare legge igjen sånn...
Halvjevnt. Ja, ja. Enig. Alta-andragninga der, hva er den da? 14-5?
Har vi? Se viene nou, se facciamo double, ok?
Jeg gjør meg klar for det.
È dritto attacco. Il track è dritto.
Well, they're going for the aggressive throw, the Italians. Try to neutralise the red in the centre. I'm not sure about this. Oh no, my mistake. It's the way that he was holding the broom. I thought they were playing towards the centre, but no. And I think I like that idea much better. Even losing 2 at this stage, it's fine actually for Italy to give up 1. So 1 red point, that would suit them beautifully. And even to give up 2, not the end of the world. So I think that was, for that reason, the right choice to open Norwegian stones going.
Hard.
Jeg seik der nå.
Ja! Hard linje!
Hard. Dere må gå fast.
Big sweep from the Norwegian front end.
Yes!
They're certainly around that centre guard.
Linje er bra.
And they've lined that up beautifully. Either end of the forefoot. Very nice stuff from them.
Det er litt, føles ganske mye mer fugly, så de tar av litt. Bra.
Yep, that's the right idea, Italy.
Che facciamo il chase, lui ci gioca la seconda.
Just roll one up to the back, and that will be your insurance shot against a big end.
Da short anche se difetti
Ja,
questa.
ja. Det er sånn her gå.
I'm not so keen on that.
Stiamo, è vero che siamo sopra, ma c'è un bel punto. Abbiamo anche un pelo di marcia.
Ofte. Jeg vet ikke jeg det.
Esatto, c'è.
Hello, Sonukayo in the chat.
Esatto, teniamo un po' linea così.
Yeah, several Asia Pac fans
I
joining.
alle tilfeller, på et eller annet tidspunkt, så kan du ha innhoppen også, så de er veldig offensive. Sier at de skal spille
We have one team from Asia Pacific region here at the competition. That's Team Zhu of China, and they had a tough start against Bruce Mouat's world champions and did not win that game, but they've won everything since, and they will be featuring later on tonight in the quarterfinals. That's at 8:30 European. 4 terrific games, all going on at the same time.
Linea buona! Solo velocità!
At the conclusion of this round here, this is Group C and D. Groups A and B already finished, played 4 games. Once this round concludes, the teams ranked 1 to 20, the top 8 will play quarterfinals. Team 1 plays Team 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. And it's not clear yet which order they are. And of course we shall try and pick the tastiest one to watch together. And that's exactly what I wanted to see from Italy. That's their insurance shot against a big end. Pretty difficult for Norway to score big from here with that yellow blocking the path. Well, that is a good question in the chat there. Who will Lucas Hoesli team up with this year? I'm going to try to find out. Our other team from Norway, Team Ramsfjell, featuring bonus Stefan Wallstad, they are stuck here until tomorrow. They're delighted to chat, so I'll go and see if I can find out all the gossip from Curling Norway.
Ja, den veldig flatt.
But he's really a bright young thing, Lucas
Er det
Hoesli.
noen gang å spille den, og så prøve å sitte igjen her, da?
I think though maybe he aged out of juniors.
Jeg tenkte også, du har jo den
And
innan,
that maybe
du kan spille den nå.
left him all alone. A poor little 22-year-old, so not quite young enough for
Det
juniors.
er kanskje letteste slaget for å ligge shot.
And a little bit too late to join any of the men's teams, but I will try to find out.
Ja, og så har jeg
Backline.
min egen her og inn.
Ja, nettopp det.
Hvis det går.
I do know his useless superpower. He can balance a broom on his
Skal
chin,
vel kunne gå med backline.
and I've seen him do this
Halstein curl her.
as a kind of pre-game
Halstein
concentration, I
backline,
guess.
Gå dit, da. Ligge igjen der.
Vi prøver den, tror jeg.
Megan, you're right, Lucas was here last season, and it was essentially the team in front of you. It was Grunda and Magnus Lillebo. They played with Lucas Hoesli last year. I don't think it was Harold in the team last year. I will try to get to the bottom of it. That great shot then from Italy, really making Norway think.
Backline, så prøver vi å få shotten. Vi skal treffe halve.
Next score on sheet 3, they're on their 7th end, and that was a score of 2 to the Olympic champions and 7-time world champions Niklas Edin's team. They are 4-3 ahead of Oren Carson's team, who are really holding their own out there. But it is 4-3 to the Swedes. They are in their 7th end.
Kjør! Hold kjør! Prøv å få en flik. Det er bedre at de får en flik enn ikke.
So a really precise stone we're looking for here from Norway, and they didn't quite catch enough curl. You could see what the plan was. They wanted to catch more of that stone. They wanted the shooter to curl a bit more, and then they wanted to punch that red back onto yellow. But not quite catching enough. And there, again, we see the value of that first Italian throw from Stefano Schwaller. So everyone's on their 6th end, except for Carson versus Edin. They are on their 7th. But we have a bit more flexibility today. At least one team from this session will be featuring this evening at 8:30, and that just gives all the teams a chance to rest and recover. Have something to eat, obviously.
Oh! Giù! Clean. Giù! Oh! Giù per ora, giù! Oh! Perfetta.
We will certainly see the other Italian representative in the quarterfinals, Retornaz. All they had to do today was beat Whyte, and they did. I said that as a little joke because Whyte has been looking pretty difficult to beat this weekend, but goodness me, the Italians leapt out to a 4-0 start and really kept their boot on the neck of the Scots, and they were finally the winners. So we will be seeing more of Retornaz's team, young team Schwaller. Their competition will finish here for this year.
Ja, jeg vet ikke hvordan du er på outturn fra linja, men når du er på den siden, så det ikke er deg.
Jeg bare sånn, hvordan kommer jeg på sett? Så mye på den litt. Eller møtes på midten.
Ja.
Important game on sheet 1 between Kyle Waddell of Scotland. He's on 2 wins. Jan Iseli of Switzerland. He's only on 1 win, so Jan's team can't qualify for quarterfinals this year, but they can spoil the plan of Kyle Waddell, and they are, viewer. After 6 ends over on sheet 1, that was a score of 2 for Jan Iseli, and they lead the Scots 6 points to 5. So if Kyle Waddell wants to qualify for quarterfinals, Bruce Mouat's already there, Ross Whyte's already there. If a third Scottish team is to qualify for this evening, they still have work to do out there.
Gotcha.
One. Salvati da un frizzone.
Smiles for the Italians.
Se prima avevo un ginocchio che mi fa male, adesso entrambi.
That was a steal of 1 there. That insurance shot doing its job.
Ja, prøver igjen. Det så ut som vi kunne få 3 en del ganger i løpet av noen ganger.
And I get the feeling this game starting to get away a little bit from Norway. They only have 2 ends left. We're in the 7th end now. They'll play 8 ends.
Backline.
That will be 7 points to 3 for Italy. Norway urgently need to score in the 7th end to keep this game going. Perfect start from lead thrower Cesare Spiller. Norway have no choice but to go flat out aggressive from here.
Non si plantava.
Siamo nel prime, ma scherzare non è male.
Vai, kan gå. Bra linje nå.
Ja, en kanskje.
Linja blir fin.
Kyle Waddell on sheet 1 playing without his brother this weekend. His brother Craig has been parachuted into Ross Whyte's team, so his brother Craig is already personally qualified for the quarterfinals with Ross Whyte's team this weekend. And Kyle's team, 5-man team, so Mark Whyte throwing 3rd for Kyle Waddell's team this weekend. But if you want to see a brother versus brother, quarter-final or semi-final, Kyle Waddell has 2 ends left to get a win here.
Non è male l'Italia. Ma non è male lì. Chiude bene il forefoot.
Ja.
Masse plass.
Så går kør på slutten for VM. Uansett hvor navnet er.
Jeg ser om den stopper, tror jeg. Køren.
Ja.
On sheet 4,
Nydelig.
the winner takes all game between European champions Muskatewitz of Germany and local team Brunner of Switzerland. It's just aggressive end after aggressive end out there. They are a bit behind the other games, but that's because truly about every stone is in play, every end. Terrific game for the neutral.
Buoni. Bounce. 6, solo 6.
So sheet 4 on their 6th end, everyone else on 7. This will conclude the round robin here at Baden Masters. And the top 8 teams after this round will play at 8:30 European time, so 4 hours from now.
Cioè, quale coprivi? Cosa avevi cosa che poi ti giocano, non ho capito.
Proprio quella da tesserato.
E poi loro ti fanno il free nel pacchetto, comunque, cioè, fa schifo.
T5. Yep. T blank. Hold. T blank. Hold. T blank. Whoa. Whoa. Yes.
Perfect start for Norway. Double corner guard.
Nice.
Big smile from Martin Lillebø and his opposition, also congratulating him on a very, very nice shot. Maybe too little too late, but look at this. This is exactly how you set up your corner guards and then use those stones in the centre to roll in behind. Fabulous shot from Martin. Sorry, from Magnus. He is conveniently leaving the guard on the opposite side there for Norway. Well, no. Is that perfect throw from Magnus Lillebø? Is that a little sliver of light for Norway here? They have not put up the score for the sixth end. Come on, boys. But it was a steal of one. It's Italy are 7-3. Norway really needing at least two here if they want to keep this game going.
Bra fart. Kjøle om noe. Gjerne kjøle. 14-6. Gjerne kjøle. Bra fart.
And take about Magnus Lillebø. Two lovely throws in behind cover. Sheet 4 is now on their seventh end. They have not put up the score in the sixth, but it looks from my angle like it was 1 to the Swiss, and that levels the score over there again. I believe it's 5 each on sheet 4 after 6 ends.
La double con la guardia l'altro punto. Aprire fine. È ok, però la nostra, beh, sempre
Is that Italian curling fan Osako in the chat? Is she getting nervous for our Italian team after some fabulous play from Norway in the seventh end?
A me piace.
Koller han kanskje i forhold til hva han kan få til han da, ikke hvor den nå liksom.
Ok.
Ja.
Meno ghiaccio.
Ja, ok. Jeg tror jeg lurer på hvordan det utviklingsmøt. Men sånn, ja, det en diskusjon.
Joe. No, la madonna.
Oh, golly.
No way.
That is not what you want at this stage in the game. And maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves, the young Italians, just trying to close out the game right now.
Fint. Jeg liker det. Nei, vi kan gjerne gå løs med oss.
For that shot.
Ja, 11-5.
And indeed, we have the perfect opportunity. Remove that yellow and lie 3.
Det mye ut som nok ikke det.
Merda. Che drittone.
Japp. Og forsiktig. Japp. Wow. Wow. Rent. Japp. Rent. Japp. Hard. Hard. Hard rull. Hard rull begge to. Litt til, litt til.
Didn't quite find the roll, Norway, but they are lying 3. And all of a sudden, playing really nice stones, Norway. They've been struggling a bit to build ends, to build points. Got a couple of rush of blood to the head, I think, for the young Italians, and this end looking pretty nice.
Un po' di roll. 11.
On sheet 3, they are rattling through the ends over there. They're now on their 8th end. It was a steal of 1 to the Swedes. Going down the 8th and final end. Will it be final end? They lead Oren Carson's young Scottish team 5 points to 3.
Joe! Joe!
Good throw from Italy. But still open enough that Norway can, again, remove that yellow, hang around, lie 3. You see, boys, somebody put up the score.
Ci stava anche rigiocarla adesso. Prima qui era un...
Yep.
Però sì.
Oh, ren. Oh, kul! Hardkul!
Hardkul! Hardkul! Fan alltså. Eller blank.
There's a let off for the young Italian team, that red rolling out. Norway line 2, but still in a handy position here.
Han rullet åpent uansett, så har ikke så jævlig mye å si.
Che non ne hai tante, eh?
Così pilato di quelli.
Vabbè, pilato, c'è figa.
11.
Oh, one of our Asia Pacific fans saying, sorry for the Japanese language in the chat.
Figa, non la chiediamo, secondo me.
I know everyone here in the virtual club, everyone's always nice, so I can trust that the Japanese language in the chat, I'm sure it's full of positivity.
Okay.
Italy then just trying to neutralise these Norwegian stones. Has he got it round? Oh, he has by molecules.
Ma porca troia, c'è. Ma che?
Yes.
He used his own stone open, but has done the job. We just saw Norway hit and roll out instead of hit and sticking. Italy will be hoping for a similar mistake. Buraas will be determined to hit and stick this properly. If you have a little spare time between now and the quarter-finals at 8:30 this evening, check out the competition Instagram. That's Baden Masters, all lowercase, all one word, Baden Masters, and we've been putting up some fun little clips with the teams. We've been asking them some fun quiz-style questions. There should be a couple more quiz questions going up today as well. Full beams from Italy. I think they were potentially aiming for the double, or at least hit and roll to neutralise that second Norwegian shot. That's neutralised stones, not the Norwegians themselves, obviously. But a well played end from Norway, just that one slip when they hit and rolled out instead of hitting and sticking. I wonder how important that will be at the conclusion of the next end. But for now, we've got Buraas and Norway with a huge chance to pick up 2. Magnus Nedergotten asking Harald Dalen to sweep 4 curl, and oh gosh, has he caught enough of this to hang around? Well, that about sums up Norway's afternoon. Looked like Magnus Lilleboe was signalling was maybe a little higher than they were expecting, and indeed 1 point, as we said, probably not enough. They really wanted to score at least 2, and deciding that's a game too far for them, or an end too far. And we do then have a result here in our featured game. It is the Italians who've won again, that becoming a fun rivalry for us viewers to watch. World Junior Men's Champions and the World Junior Men's Vice Champions. And of course the Norwegians, they won it 2 years ago, but it was the Italians who were triumphant this time. But those teams really getting used to playing each other, and it is the Italians who are victorious this time. So they finished their competition with a win. Congratulations to them. We will see their counterparts. Joe Retornaz's Italian men's team, they will be representing in Olympics, and we will be seeing them in the quarterfinals later. We still need to wait and see who else we're going to see in the quarterfinals later. It will be one of Mark Muskatewitz or Michael Brunner from Switzerland. Couldn't be closer out there. They're on their 7th end. It's 5 each. And Kyle Waddell over on sheet 1. His opposition, Iseli, they don't have an opportunity to go to quarterfinals, but Kyle still needs to win that game if he wants to qualify. So over on sheet 1, still all to play for over there. On sheet 4, they are playing all over there, every single stone in play, every single end. And finally on sheet 3, it's Oren Carson's young Scottish team, first time at Baden Masters for them. They are going toe-to-toe with the mighty Swedish rink of Niklas Edin. But it is the Swedes who are 5-3 ahead. They're in their 8th end. And the Swedes lying a nice bunch of stones in the head. So not over yet, but advantage Sweden. So thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. Come back at 8:30. when we will have 4 tasty quarterfinals for you. We shall be keeping an eye on all of them. But thank you for joining us through the round robin. Come back at 8:30 for quarterfinals. Bye for now.